Welcome to Conscious Reconstruction. You know where your conscious come to get reconstructed. But today there is no logic in the building whatsoever. Because that nigga rolled his ankle.
Quarantine.
Oh, sprained his ankle and shit. Can't walk. Oh, hobble foot ass.
Jones be out here.
Jones the Gimp. That's what he is. Oh, Gimp ass. If he can't walk, he a Gimp. You ain't think I was gonna give it up like that? You thought I was gonna be kind about this situation?
Please.
No, this nigga fell. Oh, big old clumsy ass oaf. That's what you call giants that are clumsy. You call you know what you call clumsy giants? Oafs. That's what he is.
Why are you a person? Person.
Can barely walk down the fucking stairs.
Stop it.
Whatever.
He did his best,
Yes.
and I hope he get better.
His best isn't good enough.
As a fellow tall person, I understand. I guess.
Have you ever fallen and sprained your ankle?
I rolled my ankle when I worked in the mailroom one time.
One time. In your entire life?
Yeah.
Marcus has done this several times.
Stop.
This is the truth, though.
So what?
Marcus has been unable to walk multiple times throughout this giant ass oaf life.
What the fuck do you got to talk about?
What do you have to talk about?
Why I gotta go first?
You don't have to. Where's my?
I'm not look at what you got to talk about.
I got lots of stuff to talk about.
Good for you.
Since there's no science, I'm gonna take over science.
Ooh.
But so, all my shit is about the Rona.
The Rona. Oh, I told Riley about the Roni.
Yeah.
So at first, she was like, I was like, yeah, you know, Tony called it the Roni. She did this. She's like, Tony can't be your friend no more. I'm like, damn, why? But then later on, I caught her singing the Roni. So it took her a minute.
And then she came on board.
Yeah, it took her a minute. Sometimes, you know,
Sometimes
when you're an innovator.
Yeah, it'll immediately hit. Then it's like,
yeah,
no,
it's like, what?
No, I'm not doing that. But then you like,
it settles in. Yeah.
You know what? This works. Yeah, and I support that.
So just so you know, she supports.
Look at that. I guess catching on. Everybody, because it is. It's terrible.
Roni do make it sound like softer.
Yeah, and
less
also
serious. YouTube
is taking niggas down for either saying the word or having the word in their title. I'm not exactly sure, but they're demonetizing any videos about it. Oh. And it's not just videos like conspiracy videos. It's all videos across the board.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like they're normal, like, you can only get this information. It's like, nah, unless it's an official news outlet, you niggas can't talk about it. It's, I guess,
crazy.
I mean, it's crazy in one sense, but I guess I respect it in another. Since it's across the board, I look at it as them trying to, like, only get out actual fact-based information right now when niggas are actually dying from this. So I can't be mad about that. This doesn't seem like it's, like, politically charged, because all they run is Trump right now. And him talking about it. So they're like, nah, we gonna show y'all where y'all can get the most correct information for your government. Here you go. So I'm not, so it's all like left-leaning stuff, or right-leaning stuff, excuse me. But, so I'm not mad. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting that they're like, no, don't say that word.
I can't wait till they stop being like, I just don't like the censorship at all. I get it, like you said, it's their platform, but I don't have any argument against that. I don't know. I haven't found one yet, but I fucking will. Okay. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. God damn it.
The fact that you gave me an argument that I can't.
Yeah, I can't. Right now, I usually have a good rebuttal. I can't. There's nothing I can say. Like, damn.
I try. I try to make pretty good sound arguments. You know,
I can't argue with you on this one.
I support that. That's good. But there's also quarantine parties happening right now.
That's what's up.
Like, people are going on Instagram Live.
Oh, that's stupid. I thought they was meeting in person.
No.
I thought they was quarantining themselves.
No.
Taking a whole bunch of motherfucking Douce and
No, no, no,
That's my quarantine party.
no, no, no. What's happening is like DJs are playing like 9 hours, 6 hours of music. Like DJ Spin
Yeah.
just did one last weekend,
Okay.
and I don't really care about that. What I care about is how do you feel about like since it's becoming like a popular trend,
Mhm.
seeing it become being organic like the first day, and then like the second and third day, seeing like politicians popping up and trying to like engage with the black populace and shit like that.
I
How do you feel
mean,
about that?
they always gonna try to do that.
I think it's weird that it's like now it's gotten to social media. Like, oh, these are the jams, is I think what Joe Biden said, or something corny to that effect. Like, oh, these tunes.
I mean,
Like,
that's so
bruh,
condescending.
you
See,
got to get out of here.
that's condescending. Like now they showing you what they really feel about black people, which is cool. Let them show you all how really they really think about y'all. They really think that they can manipulate you through, oh, as long as you show that you just hip and cool and that you can kind of dance and you kind of know lingo and you may say like you smoked weed once. Like they stupid and they'll vote for anything. I'm super glad that they showing y'all exactly how they feel about y'all when y'all vote. So yeah, let them continue with their shenanigans. Go ahead. It proves my point a lot better. When they
Yeah.
keep showing y'all
So,
like, oh wow, they're really feeble minded. They really don't give a fuck about what I'm actually talking about. No, they just want you to look cool and act cool and say some slick funny shit. Like they know how corny they look. Like if Joe Biden came up to me and been like, "Damn girl," like I would laugh at you, but he knows that that shit look mad corny. But we gonna give him the accolades just because he tried. Like white people trying to act black is hella hilarious.
now you got to
Okay.
act black.
What?
I said, no, you got to act black.
Oh, okay. That's how they get you.
Also, the lieutenant governor of Texas asked the elderly to ignore the coronavirus warnings and to save the economy by going out and shopping and ignoring it. He's like, if someone asked me if I was willing to risk my life for the sake of my grandchildren's future, would I be willing to take that risk? I would. And so I hope that the other elderly people are willing to go outside and basically shop and spend money and shit like that during this time, which I think is
Mm.
wild. Good sir.
Yeah, that's not the wisest thing to say right now.
The everybody, how can you tell the old people, hey, go out and die for the economy?
Go ahead and die for that Target run, motherfucker.
Bruh, what are you talking about? You don't make no sense.
Damn, I can kind of see both sides though. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see his nobility in there, but it's not the wisest thing to say right now, especially since it's like targeting older people.
If you want to go out and do it, cool. But you can't tell other people what they should be doing. That's if you want to be noble, you should be the first one leading that charge out there, just walking around. I don't see you doing no vlogs, walking around, just
That's true.
letting people breathe. You the one sitting behind lots of security and medical safety. Talking about, hey, all y'all other people, y'all get out there and go buy some shit. What, Nick? What?
Why don't you come with me?
Yeah. But also, there's this crazy. So people are doing crazy shit right now,
As always.
like in Pennsylvania. So with continued food shortages throughout the country due to the coronavirus outbreak, people are cherishing the ability to get the essentials they need from their local grocery stores. Apparently, a Pennsylvania woman doesn't care about the well-being of others because she recently deliberately coughed on grocery store produce, which caused the store to lose over $30,000 worth of food.
Mm.
According to Complex, Gretty's, a grocery store in Hanover Township, Pennsylvania, recently had to throw away an estimate of $35,000 worth of food earlier this week after Margaret Croko, 35, began walking around the store and purposely coughing on the store items
That's
as
crazy.
part of a prank. Store co-owner Joe Fuser said the woman entered the store and intentionally walked towards the produce section before stopping at the meat section, bakery, and deli, all while coughing on several items in each location. She was arrested and taken to the Lorenz County Correctional Facility with bail set at $50,000. A store manager told Fuser that what happened, and he then viewed the store's video surveillance footage, which is described this way: "We can see her. She comes in the door. She coughs in her hand, smiles, looks around, walks right over, bends into the produce case, coughs. Obviously, when I got the news, I was literally speechless. I felt bad because the manager called me in a panic and said, "What do I do?" I stood there stunned for a moment, trying to come up with a response because what do you do? I mean, that's a good question. I would be a little stunned too if I owned a grocery store and my manager calls me like, "Hey, bro, this chick is just walking around coughing on stuff. What do you want me to do about that?" Hold on. What do you she's doing what? Yeah, she's walking around just coughing on things. Tackle her. Wait, you
Nah.
can't tackle her because you're gonna go to jail. All right, you got to get her out of there somehow, and then we also have to get rid of that.
Tackle it.
Yeah, like my
That's
first thing is
crazy.
tackle her, like, but then I also know can't be the first response. You can't tackle somebody.
No, that's not going to work.
I want you to tackle her though.
If you do
Like,
it, I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah, if you do tackle her, I will pay your bill, but you can't say that I told you to do it. Brady's immediately notified the local health inspector to watch video footage, which allowed them to properly identify every item the woman coughed on and throw it away. The store then had to thoroughly clean and be disinfected. So yeah, people are doing wild shit out here with the
Yeah.
Rona just popping up. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Another guy got the coronavirus from doing the Corona challenge where you lick a toilet seat.
My nigga, where did this go? This went off the deep end.
Yeah, so no, I'm gonna tell you about all the dumb shit that's happened. Another nigga got arrested for making terrorist threats after he coughed on products in a Walmart. Yeah, they're not playing with you niggas that think this is a prank.
I'm not. I'm still on the toilet seat shit. I'm not getting over that.
Oh yeah, no.
Go ahead. Go going
A,
though.
a chick licked the toilet seat first.
My
Chick
nigga.
the airplane toilet seat, and then this other dude licked the toilet seat and got the coronavirus. Like I think he got donkey the other day too, if I'm not mistaken. Like I can check for us. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he got donkey the other day.
You just don't do that regularly. Like what the fuck?
No, but yeah, see, moron who licked toilet bowl for Corona challenge. Yeah, there's a Corona challenge.
Why is there a Corona challenge? Why
Because
do you
people are
niggas...
dumb, and so far I've only seen white people doing it. But he tests positive.
Of course he did. He deserved for that one. Sorry. Like he was just looking for it.
Yeah, no, I don't really understand what these niggas are doing. Also, local lawmakers say that you should use a hairdryer and blow it down your throat because heat could kill the virus, which isn't true.
That
That-
doesn't sound like it'd be true.
It
That don't sound like it does anything but
it doesn't.
blow dry your fucking hair.
And the Florida mayor also refused. I reported earlier that the Florida mayor shut down the beaches. That was wrong. She refused to shut down the beaches, saying that why would she stop everybody's fun? Bitch, what are you talking about? Gets into a screaming match during the commission's meeting. Yeah, and so she also argued with people who were chastising her about it. Oh, I don't know if this one's important to you. Let me see it. 3.28 million people file unemployment claims.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
This shit about to bring us in like a recession. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if it's like as bad as like the '08 one, but this is damn sure about to plummet us into something that's gonna be pretty insane.
Yeah.
But I'll say like, just from like all this going on, like I understand like these people's anger because like being isolated for me personally, which I didn't think this would have an effect on me the way it did, but
Oh shit. Well, breaking news. Scarface has a coronavirus.
oh, I just seen that.
That's crazy.
But
Keep going.
I'll say that I understand the anger. I really do. Because I think when it started becoming real for me is when they shut down the library. And, like, the library has been, like, since I was a young kid, it's like a place to escape. And I always depended on, like, the library is like my favorite place on earth, right next to the beach. And I do mean that with like sincerity, with all my heart. Like, I was like, oh, I'll just go to the library, get some books, get some movies and stuff. And I didn't have that this time. And when they shut it down, that's when it like became real for me. And I became angry about it because there was nowhere to go now. It was like, oh, this is like something like you got to deal with.
Yeah, there's no escapism from this one.
Not at all. And I was angry about it for different reasons. And I'll go to it after you get finished with your stuff. But um, I understand like their anger. Like you feel like maybe it's like people just being hysterical, like how I felt like, damn, wait a second, like why is it going to this? Like I've never experienced anything like this before. Anybody that's been up alive up until this point, even with like SARS, H1N1, and you can get into conspiracies about it, how every 4 years something like this pop up. You can do that. We can talk about that all day. But like I said, I understand how angry they are because I got to the angry point. But I also understand that it's not about me. And I had to put my feelings to the side to make other people feel comfortable. However, personally, I feel about what's going on. It's really not about me. And like even being in stores, like they put the tape and shit down. Like it's real easy to get angry. Like, but I have to constantly remind myself it's really not about me. And I'm not trying to make nobody else feel uncomfortable if they're not feeling comfortable with what's going on, even no matter how I personally feel about it. I can't make nobody feel a different way. It is weird because I'm always like the optimistic person and I feel like I can't be optimistic and I can't give nobody any joy. But I also am not about to be like feeding into nobody's fears either. So it's like I can't really say anything and I get it. They going to, like you said, with the people coughing on stuff and the Corona challenge, like they trying to prove to themselves that they not scared. And believe me, I've been there. But I had to remove myself from it and say, hey, it's not about me. I can't change nobody how they feel. I can't force anything. I can't do anything. I just have to let people deal with it how they deal with it. So I hope like no matter how much information you got about it, either or, if you're getting it from mainstream media or if you're getting it from a trusted source that's not from mainstream media, just like realize like it's not about you. I hope like if somebody don't feel comfortable with doing something, you're not gonna try to push them or convince them otherwise, because really it's really not your issue. So I'll say that much.
I agree with that. I don't know. I take it. I guess most of my skepticism is about starting points, intentions, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that is important when it comes to what's currently happening right now. Like, regardless of how it started, why it started, or who propagated it, real people are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess that's why where I'm like you is like, regardless of how I personally feel about it, I have to be more considerate of like, all right, people I know could be affected by this.
Yeah.
And or be really upset, or people who have high anxiety levels could be affected by this. And
Yeah,
so,
like my parents is like not well into their 60s, but like I said, I got to be cognizant of that when I go into the house. Like I said, I wipe things down. I'm wiping my hands more. Like I'm not being dumb and I'm not out here just sharing, like I said, sharing my body with everybody or being around everybody, regardless of how anxious I may have felt. I still got to be considerate no matter what. And yes, I was really angry about it for a minute. But once it helped me remove myself from that shit, like, oh, I get it. It's not about me and how I feel about it personally.
yeah. So I think that's a mature way to look at things.
Yeah, and it's super hard because I think for me, it just brought up like a whole bunch of shit that I thought I dealt with. When I was 14, it felt like 14 or whatever, just being in junior high school. I felt super isolated, and I like at one point I didn't have any friends. So this just brought up those feelings like, wait a second, don't nobody want to fuck with, like I said, I thought it was about me. Don't nobody want to fuck with me at this point? Like why? Like why y'all niggas tripping? And it made me feel those feelings again, and I really thought I had dealt with. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm a fucking child again. And it made me really like get in tune with that and really like look at that part of myself that I really didn't think I had to deal with for a super long time. And that's when I realized, like, oh, I get it. This is what it's bringing up for me anyway, personally, on an emotional level. Like, oh shit, I feel like I'm a kid again. Like, I feel like no one wants to play with me. Like, it made me really evaluate myself. This whole isolation thing, and like I said, like I get it. I understand that anger. I've been there. I know anger pretty well. But hopefully a lot of people grow from that shit. Just from the isolation standpoint, because it's not easy having to stay in and like really deal with yourself. And this is forcing a lot of people to be like, look at like things that they hadn't looked at, or deal with your house and really look at your house, or like really look at your spouse or the
Your
people that you
children
live with.
or your children.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm with my kid all the time, so
Well, I
that
just meant like
didn't
other people
change.
in
But
general.
like, yeah, like you said, my mother was saying, I think she was talking to one of her coworkers, and she was like, before this, she thought the teacher was the issue until she had to spend all day with her kids, and she was like, maybe I should apologize to her. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, like your kids are the issue sometimes.
Yeah, you cart them off all day, like you let it. I'm not saying that this is an issue. Like if you send your kids to public school, it's bad or anything like that. But like think about it, like your kids is away from you all day, and like the teacher has to essentially pay babysitter to your child. And you ain't there to discipline them. Like they got to do the best of what they working with.
And they gotta follow these guidelines and rules
Yeah,
and can't
just
touch, and it's a lot. So
it's a lot.
a
Believe
little
me.
like compassion and understanding from all people on all sides. Teachers with understanding for parents,
Yeah.
parents with understanding for teachers. I think it'll all help. Also, Ohio and what was the other place that decided this? Let me get it right. Ohio and Mississippi and Texas say abortions aren't essential surgeries and ban them during the coronavirus outbreak.
They said they aren't.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, so you cannot get an abortion right now if you live in one
damn!
of
Y'all
those
gonna have
states.
to postpone that shit.
That's not something you postpone. I'm mad
I
you
don't.
said that.
I
Damn,
don't know how
we're
it
gonna have
works.
to postpone that shit.
To schedule that shit for April 20th. I don't know. April 13th. You know what I'm saying? When everything get back rolling, nip that shit in the bud.
That's
Shout out to the abortion clinic.
yeah. No, that nigga was like, nah,
I'm so sad for y'all.
no
that get his abortion.
abortions. Not at all. None of them. Yeah, I think that's a little wild. Just like how you just decide that we're not doing that no more.
Wasn't it already illegal here?
No,
It wasn't?
after a certain time frame,
Oh, okay. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, I know it's a whole bunch of abortion clinics up in
They
this
was-
bitch.
they was trying to like make it
Oh.
illegal, and they've taken certain liberties away. But eventually, y'all gonna have to wear full garbs and have locks on your vaginas that y'all don't have the keys to. But
What?
whatever. I mean, white men are steadily trying to control women's bodies.
You don't think, like, niggas don't have a say in it, though? Like, if you get somebody pregnant and you want them to have their kid, but then they don't want it, you don't feel like you can't say anything? Or, like, hey, I don't want you to get rid of my child that I helped create.
Making the abortion clinic illegal isn't going to stop that. That has to do with legislation.
That's true, but
And
that's
they
not
not-
the issue.
Yeah, but that's not what they're trying to change. They're not trying to give men more rights to make decisions.
Uh-huh.
They just trying to take away women's rights to make any decisions. They're like, nah, y'all don't need more rights, man. But women, y'all don't need no rights. That's what this is doing. Because, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I would love to have a decision and things like that.
Yeah.
I also think that men should be able to decide that, hey, if you're going to have that child, I'm going to renounce my fiduciary and parental duties, and you agree to take on this responsibility on your own if you continue with this decision. I think men should have that right as well.
I
But
agree.
no one is talking about those pieces of legislation. They're talking about, women, y'all can't get no abortion.
Fuck that.
What that's not gonna help me tell her that I don't want to be a parent.
Mhm.
It just means now I'm a parent. and she couldn't get an abortion that she wanted to get. No, we both parents that we didn't want to be.
Here we are.
This is about to be terrible. Yeah, it just don't make no sense to me. But it's all because white women be getting the most abortions.
White women?
Yeah, they got to cut that shit out.
What the fuck? White women get more abortions? I thought it was black women. Let them tell it. Like, black women get more abortions.
Let them tell it. But no, white women getting it.
White women just be killing babies. Yo, white women are strange.
Life is strange, is what I'll say.
I mean, life is definitely strange. This is definitely a strange fucking time.
Oh my god, the fact that the whole world is on pause is weird to me.
Dude, I kept telling you when the earth be